Yo, what's good, my fellow Magic Knights? It is your boy DEADMANVINCE back with yet another JJK Phantom Parade video, and we have a bit of tomfoolery going on here. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but Fushigoro, domain expansion Fushigoro is coming tomorrow. It's the 14th today, if y'all don't know when I'm recording this. Tomorrow Fushigoro comes. Bro, it's been like 6 days. These banners are coming back to back to back to back, which I guess isn't that much of a problem because that's how it is on the Japanese version. But Fushigoro domain expansion coming out already is kind of crazy. Why is that crazy, Dead Man? Tell us why. So guys, this here is a timeline of all of the events that were coming out in JP, in order, chronological order, telling you when characters released, when pages released, when events released, like all this stuff, right? So let's kind of just take a look and walk down the road here, memory lane, if you will. So obviously, on the first day of the game being out, you get the UG banner. We got the UG banner, but one thing that we did actually get early is the event itself, because the event came out 3 days after the game had dropped, whereas we had the event day 1. So that was just one of the changes that they wanted to make from the Japanese to the global version. We're not going to count the reward things, but I will say it's a little crazy. It's not that crazy. I was going to say it's a little crazy that JP's rewards only had to hit like 1 million, 2 million. But when you think about the fact that the game is hitting a global audience now, of course, the milestones that they're going to need for you to hit to do these little extra things here, like free guaranteed SSR tickets and free SSR guaranteed paid summons, like those things are going to come in higher milestones for the global version, of course. Then right here we have the Junpei banner, and I was trying to see, like, were they pushing the banners like super fast? But no, they weren't actually pushing the banner super fast. This banner actually came out 6 days after the first banner. Or no, this banner came out 9 days after the first banner, because the first banner was out on the 21st when the game dropped. So this one came out 9 days afterwards. Whereas I think ours came out like, it's probably been like 7 or 8 days at this point now, and the Junpei banner's already been out for a day, so it's been already out for a little bit. This Gojo event doesn't really correlate at all with Junpei, but even still, we get the page, the nice free-to-play page for your Gojo if you did not get lucky enough to get non-standard. But we move on. Obviously, you can see here Junpei, Imaginary Youth, they are fucked up for that. Like, they absolutely scatterblasted, obliterated this boy Junpei's name. Gigi Akutami is an absolute menace because he put Junpei in the opening of the anime in Kai Kai Kitan like he was going to join the school and become a sorcerer. And I'm gonna be real with you, I wasn't that attached to Junpei as a character, but damn, I won't sit here and act like it wasn't messed up that they threw him in the opening like he was gonna be a character, bruh. And comment down below if you agree with me, bruh. I know I was not the only person watching that and seeing this man Junpei in the opening and then seeing this man die, like bro. They killed this man's mom too. Like, what was going on? Like, season 1 JJK, people sleep on that. They say that like that was like the ease into it, but like nah, that shit was demented as well. Anyway, let's look at the next month here, right? Next month is JJK 0, which we thought was going to be next in the global version. We thought we were just going to be kind of lurking, chilling for a little bit, waiting for this to come out, because for JJK 0, first we get these free-to-play characters who are all ass, if I remember correctly. I remember getting the Maki, and the Maki, I could max her out for free, yes. Am I going to do it again? Yes, because it's just an extra character, an extra body I can throw somewhere. But am I actually going to seriously consider using her in a team unless there's a mission that specifically says use her? No. Attracts the selected enemies. How do you get this man? He has a counter attack. Decreases the enemy's ultimate gauge count by 2. That's okay. Panda. I didn't even try to get these two, bro. That's the thing. Are they summonable? Aren't they on a banner? They're kind of out of pocket with this shit, bro. A banner with SR characters as the rate up? Like, what is that? I'm not even gonna bother to look. What is he, an attacker? Hell no. And I mean, SR attackers aren't bad, but like, a banner for it? Yeah, it's literally a gacha. No. So it's the pages mainly that you're summoning for, but that's still dumb as hell. Like, don't go for that, right? But then Yuta comes up afterwards. Obviously, that's the thing you want to go for. I think these pages are actually good. I don't remember exactly what they do, but even still, I think Yuta's just good enough that, like, forget those other pages, bro. I think this page is actually pretty cracked as well. Also, 3 million players achieved 3,000 kaiju. I'm gonna be real with you. Our numbers are already going so crazy. We have 8 million player reward right now, so I could definitely see us getting like a 10 million player reward pretty soon, and it'd be like the 3,000 kaiju. Do not be surprised if these things here reflect all onto the global version, because we got 5 million, I believe, right? We got 5 million. They gave us They gave us, it's our ticket, I think, because that's the login bonus we're having right now. Then we got 8 million. They gave us the paid summon. That's what we have right now. So do not be surprised when we get to like 10 million. They just give us a free multi, which I'm gonna be real, it's just a multi. But low-key, they're pretty generous with the kaiju, I'll say. Considering that I've been using a bunch of it to just get stamina every day, and I still have like more than 1,000. I'd say they're pretty generous for kaiju, but yes. After Yuta, we then get Geto. Login event 10 tickets for the pickup gacha, and then the JJK 0 Part 3. So you also get this man Geto here. Geto is like a solid, he's solid. I don't think he's gonna be a better attacker than Gojo, but he is solid. Then after all of that stuff, the main expansion Fushigoro. Alright, so y'all understand what I'm trying to say with me going through this timeline, right? At this point, it is open season. Yuta will be here at any moment, like a thief in the night. You are not ready. So like, I've been using my cubes for levels. Obviously, I plan to just do what I gotta do to get Yuta. If y'all know what I mean. I want to use Yuta. I haven't used Yuta on the Japanese version. It is what it is. But this is a message for you, free to play players. Anything could happen. They are speed ramping stuff to a very high degree. Every event that we have in the game right now is technically early because the first one was here on the first day of the game instead of 3 days into the game. We just got Fushigoro extremely early. And I'm not just saying to watch out for Yuta, I'm just saying watch out for any character at this point, because if they're literally just going to break the chain of how the characters are coming out, then it's up in the air at this point. You don't know what you're saving for anymore. You know, there are characters that are really good down the line, yes. So technically you do know what you're saving for. Like, you're still saving for Yuta, you're still saving for Toji, you're still saving for Young Gojo. But it's like, some characters, the placement of characters dropping does change things. Obviously, if they put a good character in your face right before another good character, it's gonna be kind of hard to like not, you know, make that decision like, okay, how can I summon on both? That's what you're thinking. You're trying to have your cake and eat it too. You are not trying to just summon on one character. So be very careful, because they have just shown they will break the order. It's similar to Black Clover Mobile, how they had a release schedule on the Japanese version, and then the global version came along and it speed ramped and shot every character out super fast, back to back to back to back to back over again. Not saying that this is what they're doing, but like, because characters are dropping, I think in a similar time fashion, it is a little bit quicker, a little bit tighter, because like I said, from Yuji to Junpei was 9 days. From Yuji to Junpei up here was like 6-7 days, something like that. So they are cutting some corners, some time corners here, and of course the events and stuff are going to be out for 14 days. Are the gachas both out for 14 days, or were they? No. Junpei is just for a week, but that's because they know Junpei is actual dog shit. So it's. And that right there tells you, because Yuji has 1 more day left over that. If he came exactly 7 days in, they would be at like the same time right now. But he came in a day before he was in 7 days. So like literally 6 days into the game, this man dropped. So they shaved 3 days off of that. So it looks like the 3 days is like the magic formula. The events slid back 3 days. The characters are dropping 3 days faster. I don't know. Are they trying to catch up to the Japanese version? Who knows? I'm not going to be upset at all if they try to do that though. Like, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. It will. But this game is so fun that I'm willing to sit there for it. I'm ready for them to release all the chapters and stuff like that. I'm ready for them to, drop the characters. They gotta drop the characters. I feel like this is the kind of game where you really don't have to summon for that many characters. Like, they don't drop supremely outstanding units all the time, only during special occasions. There are going to be a bunch of characters here and there in between, and like, yes, people are going to summon for those characters because it's JJK, the shit is hype, everybody and their mom and their cousin and their uncle is talking about it, but at the end of the day, guys, you know what to do. Save for Yuta, and it's not like Yuta's going to be coming at any different time than he usually would, I guess, because like, what was the gap? What was the gap from Yuta, from Junpei to Yuta? Yuta was December 15th, and Junpei was November 30th. So you had like 2 weeks after Junpei came out. You had like 2 weeks after Junpei came out to get save up some stuff for Yuta. But what I'm saying is, if they're cutting back the banners 3 days faster, you know, like dropping banners 3 days faster, and they're also going to be skipping the order on characters, Yuta could come out in 2 weeks. But Yuta could also come out in 1 week. I don't know anymore. They know that people are gonna put the money into the game. Look at this. Japan, while it is just one nation versus the entire global audience, Japan is very densely populated. So there's still a lot of people there. So I'm not saying 1 million people isn't impressive, but they definitely could have done more before they got the first little milestone. We're hitting very crazy numbers right now, guys. We're hitting 5 million for this. We're hitting 8 million for this. We're gonna hit 10 million for the third thing. You understand what I'm saying here? So it's just like, we never know when stuff is like coming out. We don't know. It can come at any moment. Like I said, I don't think it's a bad thing. I sound like I'm soured on it, but I'm not. I don't think it's a bad thing at all, because like, I already know all the stuff that's out. I already know what I want to save for. I feel like there's a very clear-cut path on who you should be saving for. But the only thing that messes me up is the fact that they're mixing the schedule around a bit, because now it's going to be kind of hard to strategize with known information. You know, you kind of just got to wing it now. But let's go over Fushigoro and see if you should summon for him, or see if you shouldn't. So we have Chimera Shadow Guard and Fushigoro. I will go ahead and be candid with you. I am probably summoning for him just off of the sheer fact that is Fushigoro doing his domain expansion. This shit's cool as hell. Let's be real. Plus, I've never used a character that has the domain expansion mechanic, so it would be very nice for me to get my hands on it, just so I can kind of see how it is, because I just want to get a better feel for the game, a better understanding for the game. At the start of each turn, if your own curse damage is 15 or below, fill some of your own ultimate skill gauge. I do not like the fact that it doesn't tell you by how much though. His combined damage, his skill 1 at level 10 deals 180 taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. And while his domain is activated, domain is going to be the ultimate. You do the ultimate to activate the domain. Deals 300%, so it doubles in damage. Or no, it almost doubles in damage. Deals 300% taijutsu to a selected enemy. Increase the enemy's received damage by 100% basically. Now that's crazy. This is why I'm excited about the domain expansion mechanic, because it's just like, this skill is just completely different now. It's still just a damage skill, but it's like the amount of damage you're going to be doing compared to what you could have been. And I feel like his stats are going to be a bit more sensible. I feel like he may have, let me pull up Nobara here and see what her health is. So Nobara's health is 638 and Fushigo's health is 695. So his base health is higher. I don't know what his health looks like fully maxed up, but he could be the answer to my yellow DPS problem of having a squishy ass yellow DPS. My Nobara is leveled up to a pretty solid amount now. Oh, I didn't see all that. My Nobara is leveled up to a pretty solid amount now, but even still, she is a bit of a squishy. So I'm hoping that Fushigoro maybe can fill that gap. But his skill 2 deals 195% taijutsu to all enemies. Okay, AoE, I like that. When his domain is active, deals combined 210 and jujutsu and taijutsu to all enemies, and deals 180% ranged jujutsu to all enemies. Now that's crazy. Why? Because you have Principal Yaga Masamichi, who can buff both taijutsu and jujutsu. So this skill is gonna hit really hard if you combo Fushigoro with that man Masamichi. Not to mention, this man is getting 5 off of the cost of his skills whenever his domain is expanded, so that's very fire. Then right here, deals combined melee damage equal to 255.6% taijutsu and 180% jujutsu to a selected enemy. Increases the selected enemy's taijutsu damage received by 20%. So only increases the damage they receive from taijutsu, but deals both. So let's see what happens when his domain expands. Deals combined melee damage 451 taijutsu, 225 jujutsu. Deals 225 range Jujutsu damage to the enemy. Increases the enemy's tie Jujutsu damage received by 60% for 2 turns. And stuns the enemy for 1 turn, 100% chance. That's actually kind of insane, because to make up for the fact that they did not increase the enemy's Jujutsu damage taken, they just kind of made you do more Jujutsu damage anyway, I guess. So that's not too bad. His ultimate is deals 16, 14 range Jujutsu damage to selected enemy. Stuns the selected enemy 100%. Expands domain for 4 turns. Whew. While the domain is active. Decreases all enemies' damage by 35%. Increases all enemies' damage received by 45%. Grants immunity or attack immunity to self. Decreases own skills cursed energy cost. Unable to fill an ultimate skill gauge. Depletes own cursed energy after domain deactivates. This domain cannot overtake a different domain. This domain cannot take over a different domain. Okay, so maybe it's saying that Gojo's domain can't take over another domain, because there is that mission where Jogo does his domain. So maybe it's saying Fushigoro can't do that, but like if you're using Gojo in Gojo's domain, right, you'll be able to do that. Also, that's crazy they haven't dropped the Infinite Void Gojo. Is that gonna be anniversary? Is it gonna be like a Sukuna Infinite Void Gojo? Yoichi Tenkai Murio Kusho. Okay, increases own and combo allies critical hit rate by 10%, deals 100% range Jujutsu damage to all enemies, but no auto skills is crazy. I mean, my answer is no, don't summon on this at all. I don't care what your excuse is, unless you are spending money and you know you're gonna spend money on Yuta and you know you're gonna spend money on Fushigoro as well. Like, if you know you're gonna earn, not spend money on Fushigoro, but like if you know you're gonna spend money on Yuta regardless, I don't think it really matters that much if you summon on Fushigoro, because the money that you spend, the amount of diamonds that you save or cubes that you save does not determine whether you spend money or not at that point. It more so determines how much money you will spend. But if you're already willing to spend the money, then that transaction must not be too hard of a process for you. So, if you're going to spend money to get Yuta, regardless, do whatever you want right now. I think Fushigoro seems pretty cool, and I think Domain seems pretty cool. But if you're not spending money, you're a free-to-play player, do not touch. Absolutely not. No, sir. No. Do not. But, yeah. Be careful. Stuff is out of order. I still think that Young Gojo and Toji are going to be like the half anniversary. I still believe so. I don't think they'll do something as crazy as to take that away from that spot, because what else would they put that would be hype enough to be the half anniversary that's not already on the Japanese version? I feel like they can't overlap the Japanese version with this one. I feel like that would be kind of crazy. Switching up the schedule is already crazy, but completely overlapping them and just dropping characters that they don't have is a bit tyrannical. But that's gonna be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. This one was more of a little ramble kind of thing, just kind of voicing like what's going on right now. But yeah, do not summon. Bye. Hollow Purple.